Hey guys, Neomis here. Now for today's video, I need to talk about the Arsenal game. That's right, Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal 1, West Ham 0. We got 3 wins in a row. This is the first time this season we've had 3 wins in a row. Like, what? Oh, what the satisfaction. This is what we needed. Get a nice running going, and it's looking good. It really is. I didn't do a preview of this game, and I'm slowing down on a lot of the previews just because I think my match reactions just are a lot better. But I expected more. I thought there'd be more goals. I thought maybe 3-1 to the Arsenal, but just wasn't quite to be. But to be fair, West Ham did play really, really well. I think Moyes got his tactics right and tried to hit us on the counter attack. We gave them a lot of space, which meant that the likes of Antonio and Noble and Forlands, they all had lots of space to kind of run into and try to create chances for West Ham, and they did. And in the first couple of minutes, like, they were all over us completely. And you know, it's a bit surprising that they didn't score, but I just think that defensively overall we were solid, and I'm so impressed by the boys, and I'm happy for them, really happy for them. But let's look at how the game started. So, game started with a standard 4-2-3-1, similar to how we've been playing. Pepe on the right, Aubameyang on the left. Eddie Nketiah started up front with Mesut Ozil behind, and then there was Dani Ceballos and Granit Xhaka in midfield, and then in defence, no Hector Bellerin. But we did manage to see Saka. Tierney is back, but not quite there yet. Right back, we had Socrates with David Luiz and Pablo Mari getting his debut, which I thought he had a really solid performance today. And this is the type of performance that, even though we didn't really shine, you know, there wasn't that much to really talk about, and this video will be a short one. You know, we had some chances from Bukayo Saka in the first half. Eddie Nketiah had a couple that were really good saved from Fabianski, the West Ham goalkeeper, former Arsenal goalkeeper. And it was just that West Ham made it very difficult for us to create any clear-cut chances to score a goal. Now, when you look at the goal that we scored, decent goal, but again, like, the linesmen and the referees on their kind of resistance to use VAR. And I'm so glad that they decided to use VAR in this very moment, because I couldn't believe the linesman flagged, I believe it was Lacazette, as offside when he clearly was on. Like, Mesut Ozil was onside, Lacazette was onside. The only person that was offside was Reiss Nelson, but he wasn't interfering with play. Lacazette gets the deflection, heads it into the path of... Ozil gets the deflection, heads it into the path of Lacazette, who finishes it. And everybody saw that within the first 90 minutes, or within the game. Like, there's no way VAR should have taken that long to be able to see this. And to be honest, it detracted a lot from the goal and the celebration. And I think that's probably the only part that I kind of dislike about VAR, is situations like these, you expect more. I expect more out of it. And yeah, it's one of those where they've got to try to, like, get this all sorted. Like, it should be a lot quicker. How can people like myself at home or wherever I am could see that a goal is a goal, but in the stadium they can't be able to see this? Like, I'm sure on both sides, both on West Ham and Arsenal's, they've got video technology right there and then that people are looking at to be able to get this stuff sorted. So what's going on? What is going on? But nevertheless, it was a good, solid performance from the boys. I thought Aubameyang would have scored. I think this is his 75th game against West Ham for Arsenal in the Premier League. And it would have been great for him to score his 50th goal in the Premier League and really show everyone, if you didn't know already, the kind of dominant force Aubameyang really is. But overall, it's a good, solid performance. Pablo Mari having a really solid performance as well. Like, there were so many times that he was in situations and he was able to handle himself really well. Again, I felt that, like the Portsmouth game, he passed the test, but I want to see him really tested. And maybe I'm just over exaggerating, but again, it just looked like a really simple and basic performance from Pablo Mari. Never did anything really wrong. Was composed with dealing with everything that he had. Never really looked like there was an issue there. And yeah, he was just good. I'd give him a solid 7 out of 10. I have no qualms with anything that Pablo Mari did in this game. But the man of the match has to go to probably Lacazette, just for the sheer fact that he scored the goal. Obviously, Eddie Nketiah starting off the game he had chances, and you could make an argument that maybe he should have scored those chances, but you got to understand, like, Fabianski was really good in this game, and prevented Arsenal from really kind of dominating and getting a multiple amount of goals. But the two sides were end-to-end in this kind of London derby. I mean, it's not a true London derby. For me, London derbies are Arsenal, Tottenham, or Arsenal, Chelsea. But overall, I really like the way how we managed to grind out the win. 1-0 to the Arsenal. It wasn't a pretty game, but we put it all together. So guys, let me know your thoughts on the game. What did you think of the performance? For me, I thought it was a good, solid performance. Nothing really glamorous to talk about in the game. No one really wowed me in the game. But we got the 3 points, which is the main thing that matters. And now we got our next game, which I believe is next week, Wednesday, against the Premier League champions or winners of last year, Manchester City. And oh my, it's that game is sure to be a firecracker, because unlike most other sides, Pep has no qualms. Pep will want to squash us, and he's probably going for 3-0. And if I had to put a prediction out, because I'm still not sure whether I'm going to do a preview of the game, but I'll probably add this bit in, and if I do make a preview, I'll talk about the details later on about that. But I'd probably go with a 3-1 victory to City. This game and the Liverpool game coming up are the two games that I see Arsenal losing for the rest of the season, but Arsenal getting wins in the rest of the game, so rest of the season. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this game. What did you think? Do you disagree with me? Or, you know, what are your thoughts on the City game coming up? Leave your comments below, and I will speak to you all next time. Peace.